Good morning, everybody. My name is Dustin Zinger, Investor Relations with Valor Metals. Joining me today is Colin Smith, Head of New Project Review. Today, we announced the commencement of a rhodium assay program of historical pulverized drill core samples from Valor's 100% owned Pedra Branca Platinum Group element project in northeastern Brazil. The spot price of rhodium has risen from around $3,700 US an ounce when Valor acquired the property Pedra Branca back in August 2019 to a price of around $16,000 US an ounce today. Last year, Valor reassayed 71 samples from historical drill core pulps for rhodium. We put out two releases covering the results, one on March 12th and the other November 19th in 2020. So, Colin, can you tell us more about those initial two sampling programs for last year?
Absolutely, Dustin. These programs returned rhodium grades in 55% of the 71 submitted samples, with a high of 1.44 grams per ton rhodium and an average of 0.27 grams per ton. We also identified a very strong correlation between rhodium values and elevated 2-PGE plus gold grades. And this is further evidenced by the fact that anomalous rhodium values were occurring in 74% of all submitted samples that graded over 5 grams per ton 2-PGE plus gold. Now, to give context to these rhodium values, the global average resource grade for rhodium is about 0.28 grams per ton rhodium, and this is estimated from S&P Global data.
Great. That's a great start for us. So can you summarize what Valor's team is doing now?
Yeah, absolutely. We are increasing the sample set to include all available historical pulps, which graded over 2 grams per ton 2-PGE plus gold from the Esbajo and Curuyu deposit areas. Now, to give better context to this, you have a couple maps here on the left, a regional view of the project area showing the location of the 5 deposit areas in red stars, and a zoom in of the Esbajo and Curuyu deposit areas on the right, showing the approximate resource area, drill holes, soil samples, and also resource figures. As you see, Esbajo is just shy of 400,000 ounces at surface, and Curuyu is approximately 100,000 ounces at surface. And to further that discussion of shallow mineralization, the average drill hole depth of the top of the sample interval, which hosted the anomalous rhodium values to date, is approximately 29 meters hole depth. So these things are very close to surface. Now, with respect to the ongoing follow-up program, we have already submitted 180 additional follow-up pulps to SGS, Geosol, and Minas Gerais for assay, and the remaining pulps are being located as we speak and will be sent out by the end of the week.
Great. And what do you think the time frame is to receive the results from those initial samples?
Yeah, we're looking at about 4 to 6 weeks for the initial 180 samples that we sent out. And assuming we have favorable results from that, we'll look to broaden the scope and include historical samples for rhodium assay from both the Cedro and Terapia PGE deposit areas.
That's great. Thanks, Colin. And for everyone watching, there is a link to the full news release attached to this video, which includes a table summarizing Valor's 2019 43-101 Pedra Branca resource estimate and a summary of the rhodium assay results released by Valor to date.